Hey, Jason Miller here from Peaceful Media. Today is Monday, and you know what that means. Time to go back to work for so many people across the world. And we usually do a Monday meditation, 1 minute meditation. And when I record them, I typically just go out into the forest or surrounding nature here in Portland, Oregon, and I just turn the camera on to something beautiful and just look at it. or sometimes I read some from peaceful, tranquil books, some wisdom, over the top of the nature, etc., etc. So today is a little bit different. Today is Monday meditation. 1 minute meditation is going to be slightly longer than 1 minute as I'm driving to work. Because I was thinking, it's really nice. A meditation is really easy and nice when we get to go into nature and sit there underneath a big cedar tree. For me, that's my bliss zone. But what do we do when we are doing all these other activities? How do we find peace and stillness and presence and joy, and when we are doing the sort of mundane or sometimes even fraughtful things like commuting to work? And as a web developer, designer, etc., copywriter, it used to be, Peaceful Media, we would all just log on. We'd sort of make our coffee and go to the living room or the dining room or the office in our houses and, log in. And that was going to work. And at a certain point, we decided to, let's all get together, let's all get together in a headquarters. So this is a fairly unique, new exercise of driving to work every day that I didn't used to have for about 5 years of Peaceful Media's existence. And I thought I would hate it because, I lived in Los Angeles. I sat many hours on the 405, just going, oh my goodness, wow, this is crazy that people do this. And I developed something down there in Los Angeles that perhaps will help you as you do your commutes and are trying to find peace. Now, on one hand, we could just crank up some music, right? Or put in a nice, stream from Wayne Dyer or Eckhart Tolle or whatever helps you feel peaceful and empowered, and we could just turn that on and sort of fill our brains and our minds with, whoa, this guy is just really cruising. We could just sort of cruise through that commute with something to fill our minds, a distraction, really, and that's a great distraction. It's a positive one, but nonetheless, it's just something to keep our mind. Sometimes it's just keeping our mind off of this, right? The bumper in front of you, or or the line of cars in front of you when you're sitting there at the on-ramp that says 1 vehicle per green, and you're just like, oh my God. So yes, that's a great alternative to getting pissy and banging your head against your steering wheel. But I want to give you maybe an even more empowered or another way to go with these moments, and that is to not even pretend. Act as if you're sitting on the beach, and the sound of cars is nothing but the waves coming in. And when someone honks or does something unintelligent with their vehicle, just pretend it's one of those irrational animals, those seals that are jumping out of the dolphins that are jumping out of the waves with no logic around it. Just that's what they do. So the sounds are translated to something in nature. The annoyances or the irrational, unintelligent maneuvers of humanity are just those fun critters that, just do something because they feel like it, right? And If you have a panoramic roof, which I'm blessed to have, this is amazing. Look up at the clouds. Yeah, I guess that would be a little bit dangerous. But every time you're stopped like I am right now, just look up there and just notice. Take a moment to breathe and notice your breath. I mean, you have this time that you normally wouldn't have because we're so busy doing, collecting, thinking, that we rarely just take the time, the opportunities we have in front of us to just breathe and notice our breath and notice the vibration in our palms or our fingertips. Notice our toes pressing against materials. You know, just be with your breath for a minute or more. If you have the opportunity to be on the 405 or some crazy turnpike like they have in the East for minutes and minutes and hours, good Lord, you have a great opportunity to do yogic breathing, meditative breathing for hours. And that's something that most people don't recognize they have because they're so busy doing and being where they aren't. You know, going, I got to be at the office. I got to be doing this thing or that thing or this thing. I'm thinking about what they need to buy for groceries, thinking about what's for dinner. They're all out there. They're not here. So that is our meditation today. And that was way longer than 1 minute, 7 minutes. But I want you to use these commutes and turn them from frustrating or mundane and sort of meaningless and I have to do it in order to get to where I need to be. And instead look at it as, I'm going to meditation class. I'm going to yoga. I'm going to deep breathing exercise. I'm tapping into something bigger and deeper and more meaningful than my grocery list or my to-do list or my spreadsheet. Be here. It's a great opportunity and it's very rewarding. I hope you try it. Until I see you next time, remember, peace. We're all one. And let's just love more, play more, and do more good.